Hey there, YouTube. I'm Jack, and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Hope everybody had a nice weekend, and if you're in the States and you celebrated Thanksgiving, hope you had a lovely time with your family. Beautiful day here to start the week in South Alabama. Cool temps. Been having cool temps for a while, so yeah, things are good here. Today I want to talk about how to minimize damage during the holidays and a raw vegan strategy for after the holidays. And guys, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, why don't you go down there now and hit that subscribe button and then click the little bell so you'll receive notifications when I drop new videos and come back and watch some more of my content. This is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to try not to repeat myself, and this is in a little bit different vein of things than a video I did recently, kind of just talking about how to deal during the holidays and a few tips to get through the holidays. Now, this video today, I would actually say share this with any of your friends. Doesn't even if whether they're raw, maybe they're not even vegan, because I've used some of these different things all throughout my life. And when I wasn't vegan, this kind of mentality, this kind of little thing I do or I've always done, is probably the reason I never had a major weight issue, because I always had kind of little checks and balances on myself from things getting way out of control. Even though I wasn't eating anywhere near the right things, and there were years when I was basically a malnourished drunk because I would just make up calories with booze. But anyhow, one of these things that I've used for a long time, well, number one is, like I said in the last video that I was talking about the holidays, enjoy yourself. Don't try to be crazy during the holidays. Don't try to restrict yourself. And also, too, just enjoy yourself. There's probably some little holiday treats. There's some vegan versions of old treats that you used to have you're going to maybe want to make. So I want you to enjoy yourself and enjoy your family and enjoy the season. But you don't have to go crazy. You don't have to go crazy. I mean, sometimes people, I just don't understand it. It's like people just have this mentality like, once they kind of go off the rails, or once they kind of don't do how they think they should do, they just blow it out and say, well, I'm just going to stuff everything in me that I can. And then we'll do the New Year's resolution thing, which never works either. And then you got 15 extra pounds that you're hauling around on your ass in 2022. So these things will work for a lot of different people, because this is just kind of the strategy, not the specific food. One thing that I have always done, and I still do this sometimes now, although I don't really need to, because I'm always like trying to eat more to maintain my weight or gain a little bit. But I used to, when I ate a standard American diet, I would follow a heavy day. Let's say for dinner tonight. Let's say for dinner tonight you eat something that's just so far off what you normally eat, you feel bad about yourself, blah, blah, blah. I don't want you to do anything drastic the next day, but I would always follow a heavy meal like that. Like, say you had something heavy tonight for dinner. Have a light day tomorrow. Don't restrict. Don't try to do some cleanse or fast, but just have a lighter day. And if you have something tonight, like you have something really, really bad in your mind, bad is subjective, but if you have something really bad, really heavy tonight, the best thing you could do the next morning, tomorrow morning, is to simply eat some fruit. Even if you don't normally start your day by just eating some fruit or having a simple fruit smoothie, that will be good for you to follow up that heaviness. So just follow it up with a light smoothie the next day, and just, kind of eat lighter that day. You may not do that every day during the holidays, but let's say you've got a party coming up. You can plan these things. You go to the party. Maybe you don't do everything you know you should do or you want to do. So you have these light days to follow up after your holiday parties, after your events, after you're going to visit people. Another thing that's very important, I don't know if I mentioned this in the last video, stay hydrated during the holidays. The more hydrated you are, if you're getting your full hydration, and that's different for different people. I know a lot of people try to do the whole drink a gallon a day, but depending on how much activity, how much you're sweating, this and that, I don't know that everybody needs a gallon, so you can play around with that. But if you are staying fully hydrated every day, you have less of these little kind of like, because a lot of times you'll think you're hungry and you just need some, you could just drink. So stay hydrated. It'll probably keep you from making some bad decisions when it comes to food. It'll help your digestion, especially since you're maybe not eating optimal during the season. And yeah, just drink lots of water. Another little strategy, and this is talking to people. I'll hit my drinkers out there if there's still any, if there's anybody that's still a drinker that watches me. I was a drunk for many, many, many years, and I did not employ this strategy near enough. But this is a very winning strategy if you're going to a party and you're having a few cocktails or this or that, or even if you're having just, even if you're not going to overdo, even if you're just having a few cocktails. Every time you have a cocktail, or you have a beer, or you have a glass of wine or whatever, follow that up with a glass of water. Follow that up with a glass of water. You're going to thank yourself the next day, and overall, it's going to keep you going. But I don't recommend. I know a lot of people that are vegan, maybe not more of just the regular vegans than the raw people, but I know some raw people still drink. I don't know why. Once I found this lifestyle, but I'm not going to preach having been a drunk. Once I found this lifestyle, I'm just like, I don't see any reason to drink. Okay, you're eating all this good stuff, and then you're basically putting a toxin into your body. So, but that will help if you are there. So drink a little bit of water after your cocktails or alcohol. Or even if you go to a bar, just drink water. Or if you feel like you need to fit in a little bit, maybe have a club soda with a squeeze of lime, because nobody will be able to tell that from, say, a vodka soda or a gin and tonic or whatever. Now, the raw vegan strategy after the holidays, and this is not like a detailed strategy. People are already thinking about you right now. I won't even say it's going to be January. Come towards the end of this month, all your little raw vegan creators are out there right now working on their cleanse. They're working on their special after the holidays thing that they're going to try to wow you with. You need to do this. And people are going to be trying to, and even a lot of people that don't get sold something or get sold a program are going to have this mentality like, oh, I'm going to go real strict, which is not a good idea. Oh, I'm going to do a fast or a cleanse starting January 1st or 3rd or whatever after we get the holidays out of the way. That's the worst thing in the world you can do, because it's not realistic. I mean, let's say you've gone off your program during the holidays. You've been eating a lot of bad things, a lot of heavy things, a lot of rich things, a lot of things maybe with processed food. So you think you're going to go from that overindulgence to doing something very strict. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. So my advice, and this is not rocket science, is after the holidays, jump right back on your program. Jump back on a clean way of eating your raw food diet, your raw vegan diet. If you're not raw vegan, jump right back on your program of just eating whole plant-based foods. Maybe if you're not eating a lot of raw or fully raw or whatever, maybe for a while after the holidays, add more raw in there. Have a fruit smoothie every day. Have a big refreshing salad every day. But I would say don't overcorrect. That's probably one of the biggest things when people are trying to lose weight, get fit, get healthy, get whatever, is this overcorrection thing. It's like, okay, let's go way over to the bad side over here and eat things that we don't ever eat things that we know in our mind we don't need to eat. And then after a period of that, we go over to this side and we restrict and we don't eat food and we do a cleanse or we do a fast or we do whatever, and it doesn't work. It's kind of like a rubber band that just kind of, if you wind a rubber band round and round, it gets to a certain point, it's going to snap. And then people do these little fasts and cleanses for whatever amount of time, and sometimes they finish them and then they overcorrect again, because they've restricted themselves, and it's almost like a starving person. If you've never been really, really hungry in your life, then after you've done something like that, you're going to overcorrect on the other side, and you're going to do something, you're going to have some binge or whatever. So the best thing you could do after these holidays is just, and if you're not already eating a raw vegan diet, or if you're not already eating a whole food plant-based diet, I would start with a simple version of whatever it is you're trying to do. If you're trying just to simply be whole food plant-based vegan, start with a clean version of that. And when I mean clean, I mean fresh foods. When I mean clean, I mean don't go so high fat. Salt, oil, and sugar free. Sugar meaning okay coming from I'm talking about processed sugar, okay coming from the fruit. But just start right there and just start eating. In other words, like there's no reason the day after the holidays to eat any differently than you want to be eating every day. I'm telling you, think about that word, and that's going to be the theme. That's going to be the theme in your head today is overcorrection. Don't overcorrect. And as far as the overcorrection, if you never go too far in either direction, you don't have to overcorrect. So if you will do certain things during the holidays, it's not going to be so hard after they're over just to shake it all off. But once again, I know this is going to fall on mostly deaf ears. I mean, I'm 57 years old, so it means I've gone through 50, this will be the 57th holiday. And as long as I've been an adult, I remember what people do during the holidays is they overindulge, overdrink, do this, do that. They have their ambitions, the New Year's resolutions that usually last for 2-3 weeks at the most, and then poof, they're gone. So if you mitigate the damage a little bit during the holidays and just use a simple, smart strategy after the holidays, you'll be okay. It's not that big of a deal. So anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this video today. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you here middle of the week. Peace.